This episode of the Omni-Bestiary contains content that may not be palatable to certain viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to another entry from me being trapped in the Lobotomy Corporation! It was supposed to be a simple trip. I just want to take a stroll through the forest and study a specimen for the Omni-Bestiary. Then this guy shoots me with the tranquilizer and drags me over here!
Who are you talking to?
The audience.
The what?
You know, the audience?
Oh. Oh! I see what this is. An abnormality thing.
For the millionth time, I'm not an abnormality. I'm just a shark man who traveled to this dimension to collect some data for my multiversal catalog of animals and creatures.
A shark man cataloging animals like a zoologist. That sounds abnormal to me.
All this because of a bird.
A bird? Ugh. I know the feeling. The next bird over keeps pecking me every time I try to work with it. Looks pretty ugly too, I don't-
Wait, what bird? Oh my god, there it is.
Yeah, that bird. It's really annoying, but at least it won't kill me.
Oh, you must be new here. That thing is among the most dangerous animals I've ever recorded in the Omni-Bestiary. Here, let me tell you all about the punishing bird. Punishing bird is a small white songbird, whose bee eyes a small beak gives it an appearance resembling the Shima anaga, a Japanese subspecies of the long-tailed bush tit. It also has a blood-red patch of feathers on its stomach that has been compared to that of bleeding heart doves, like the Luzon's bleeding hearts and the Mindanao bleeding hearts that are seen around the Philippines. Whilst one would look at punishing bird and deem that it's no different from these examples, an observation of his violent tendencies would quickly dispel these beliefs. Punishing bird is a creature possessed of a fervent obsession with the concept of sin, who will lash out and relentlessly pursue those who deems to have done foul deeds. Now, you'd think that something like that could possibly exist naturally in nature. And you'll be right. Punishing bird, like all the other bizarre specimens imprisoned in this facility, is known as an abnormality, a distortion of the human psyche or an imaginary figment made into a physical, tangible being. As such, they can manifest in a wide variety of forms, such as overly obsessed teddy bears, a reanimated pile of corpses, slime creatures, magical girls, person as a Yu-Gi-Oh monster, my piano teacher, and the single worst fried chicken restaurant I ever went to. Despite this wild variation between all of them, there are always two consistencies to be expected: that they have the capacity to do harm to a certain degree, and they can produce a substance known as enkephalin, which Lobotomy Corporation extracts to manufacture things like energy, armaments, and drugs. Of which I should point out is something that punishing bird takes a clear offense to. So, which is it, The imprisonment, the blatant disregard for employee well-being, or that stuff going on in the extraction department? I know what's happening down there! Y'all are f***ed up!
Dude, I just work here. You know what else it thinks is sinful?
I don't know. But, anyway, unrelated. If you'll take a look at the analytics of the last Omni-Bestiary episode, you'll see that unlike— Oh, hey! Oh, hey! Ow! Ow! Ow!
Ow! Ow! What the heck? It kinda tickles, actually. What?
That's just how it goes around punishing people. It flies around and starts pecking sinners left and right. Fortunately, it doesn't really hurt too badly, so it's best to just let it go until it runs out of steam.
Ah! Gotcha! Stupid thing didn't know what hit him.
You need to run away. Now!
Oh, come on, shark face. You're overreacting. What's the worst that could happen?
I wonder if the next person will bring me a sofa. What you just witnessed is Punching Bird's more violent form that gained out concern that its tiny beak would be insufficient to make those sinners pay for their actions. It tears open its stomach to form a mouth and consumes its enemies by dragging them in with fleshy, tendril-like growths. To top off the look, all Punching Bird's feathers turn into blood red color. Actually, wait, on second thought, I think that's just straight up blood. As disgusting a sight as Punching Bird's maw is, it's actually not unheard of for animals to have mouths on their stomach. Though instead of entities that exist in defiance of the laws of nature, it is more commonly seen on comparatively evolutionarily simple organisms. In several groups of flatworm, like the planarian, their mouth is located toward the midsection of their body. To eat, they are able to extend a structure called the plicate pharynx to collect food, much like Punching Bird's tendrils. Though instead of dragging their prey back to their main body, these flatworms are instead able to eat their food through an opening on the end of their pharynx. Think of it kind of like having a tube connecting your mouth to your head, only for it to be attached to your stomach, to put things a bit crudely. While we're on the subject, I also want to mention the planarian's incredible regenerative properties. If a planarian is injured, bifurcated, or cut up in a bunch of pieces, they have the capacity to regrow their lost tissues until their body is restored. In fact, each piece of the planarian has the potential to grow into a new one, making it a form of asexual reproduction for them. I'm bringing this up because Punching Bird, and pretty much every abnormality for that matter, can also regenerate after they are eventually killed, though it differs from that of planarians in a few crucial ways. Firstly, abnormality regeneration is known to grow complex organs found in circulatory, digestive, and nervous systems, unlike the planarian whose small, simple bodies can function without them. Secondly, while abnormalities restore themselves within seconds, planarians can take weeks to heal back up. And lastly, this doesn't tend to cause abnormalities to reproduce asexually. Well, for their sake, they better hope it doesn't. So then, the bartender asked for one of my teeth. You know what I said? You want to know what I said?
I just wanted to know where you come from.
I said, oh, I'm not sure if I'm ready for marriage yet.
I knew I should have taken that forestry job instead.
Oh, speaking of forests, I know this other story about Punching Bird. You want to hear it?
No.
You see, a long time ago, before Punching Bird was captured by Lobotomy Corporation, it used to live in a land called the Black Forest, along with two fellow bird abnormalities, Judgment Bird, a tall, lanky creature who's never seen without scales, and Big Bird, who... Oh, that's just a borb. That's a borb. One day, the three birds received a terrifying prognostication from an irate traveler who's denied entry into the forest, that their once peaceful home will be gradually consumed by evil, until a monster emerges to destroy the forest, leaving nothing behind. Worried, the three birds decide to dedicate themselves to the protection of the land. Big Bird would watch the forest for intruders with its many eyes. Judgment Bird used the scales to measure the sins of the others who lived there, and Punching Bird delivered swift retribution to those who were found to have done wrong. However, the forest denizens were concerned that they couldn't keep everyone safe from the monster, so thus, Punching Bird opened up its second mouth. Judgment Bird wielded an imbalanced scale to ensure that a determination would always be made, and Big Bird collected a lamp to continue his watch in the middle of the night. A lamp that would always lure someone toward it. Someone who would be eaten by Big Bird to ensure that the monster wouldn't get them. Despite all their best efforts, they eventually realized that for some reason, the chaos in the Black Forest was only getting worse as time went on. So they thought about it and concluded that the only way to save everyone was to combine their strengths and create a singular being known as Apocalypse Bird. In this new, powerful form, they set out to destroy the monster destined to doom the forest, not realizing that they themselves had become that very monster. I guess you could say they're a bunch of real bird brains, huh? Regardless, one takeaway from the story is that, despite being where presumably 3 separate species of birds, the 3 of them were able to work together to protect themselves. Such kinds of cooperative behaviors have been recorded in the animals of your world. One recently reported example of this comes from observations of several cetacean populations, like bottlenose dolphins, false killer whales, and humpback whales, who were traveling the seas together to hunt for prey, to play around or socialize, and protect their young from being eaten by sharks.
Subject confirmed to have eaten babies.
Hey, wait a minute! But, if you're wondering if different birds can also cooperate with each other, take a look at 2 species of American vulture, the turkey vulture and the black vulture. Unlike many other bird species, turkey vultures have a particularly pronounced sense of smell, which is essential for them to search for their primary food source, decomposing corpses. Black vultures go after the same thing, however they lack the ability to smell as well as the turkey vulture, but they do have extremely keen vision, so what typically happens is that the turkey vultures smell around to find something to eat, and the black vultures follow them because that's where the food is. And once they start feasting, the black vulture's longer, narrower beak is able to dig around and pull out meat from places the turkey vultures can't reach. So, the 2 vulture species hang out to dine on a dead body, until they get into an argument over who gets what. Probably not the best example I could have used there. Another example lies in the phenomenon of mixed species bird flocks, where different species of birds group together to follow each other and find food, as well as defend themselves from predators. This can be through alarm calls, where a singular bird alerts others in the flock of the presence of a predator, or through all the birds mobbing the animal until it flees. A big reason as to why birds flock together in the first place is because it improves the survival of each of the individuals in it. Think of it like this. If a single songbird was by itself, a predator would focus all of its attention on it and go after it. But if that songbird were in a flock, the predator would have to pick its target between dozens of different birds, increasing the likelihood that this particular songbird would avoid being eaten. So thus, it is plausible for these 3 different birds to cooperate with each other. You know, besides the whole abnormality and the fixation on exacting justice on sinners thing. Which begs the question of how exactly these birds define something as arbitrary as a sin. Like, is it based off their own personal values or something, or is it like a Judeo-Christian interpretation of the idea? What if it's based off my personal code? Like, what if I do something I wind up killing someone in self-defense, and I've heard in some circles that's no joke. That make me a sin team. What if it's a sin that they haven't personally witnessed? Just imagine how big the sin would be after eating the extra Grande 5 meat special abnormality sense pick up on it. Is hand-holding sinful?
Shut up. Stop talking. I can't take it anymore. Get me the hell out of here. Ah!
Hey, can someone bring me a cheeseburger? Shorty hungry.
Well, we tried all the usual methods, but we still can't get any energy from this abnormality.
Because I'm not an abnormality! I can't produce enkephalin!
Hold up. Wait a minute. I think I got it.
What? Hold on, what are you?
Get rotated, idiot.
Stop! Rotation energy is too unstable! Something's gonna blow!